I just got my reels back from letting my buddy borrow them, and kind of reminded me of a pretty common way that people lose big fish or important fish out on the water. A very common thing is called an underwrap, and it happens a couple of ways, and I'll even show you how to get it out of your reel, even if you got 100, 200, lots of line out on your reel, because it definitely can cause you to lose a fish. So here we have this Pen 70, and when my friend got done using it, he just left the spectra just kind of loose, just kind of hanging there. You always got to be sure to check this, because with this being loose, sometimes it'll slip under some other loose line and give you one of these under wraps. And sure enough, let me see if I could show you. Kind of hard to, oh, there you go. You see how right there, it's kind of hard to see, it's under that line. And that's not a problem when it's like free spooling, like the size of the weight or the line. But the moment you put it in a strike, or you have a fish pulling on it, that's hitched on there. So it's just an added level of friction that you're not accounting for, and oftentimes it'll just cinch down and you'll break your fish off. It's kind of most common to be in this pretty bad position if you're like trolling, you're jigging for bluefin really deep, or kite fishing, because all of which you're all in such a frenzy. You put your bait on, hey, let it out, cool, and it comes off pretty fine. It comes off really fine, really easily. And then the only time you really notice it is when you're tight on a fish, and then it'll cinch down and snap it. So I'll show you a couple ways, or I'll show you the way to get it out. If you only have like a couple feet of line out, you can just pull it right on through. But hypothetically, say here, we're fishing, kite's out, your jig's down a couple 100 feet, and you finally realize this, and you're like, oh crap, I don't have enough hands or room to pull in 200 yards of spectra to pull it through there. So the way that us crew members in the past have been able to solve this kind of on the fly, and you may have seen it, is this particular way. Step one is you got to remove the back plate off your reel. So see here, it's all off. That's step one. You're gonna remove the reel, and it's best to have someone hold your rod while you're doing this, or most of the time if you're on a boat with crew members and deckhands, just ask them to do it. But if you're on your own private boat, whatever, you just take the reel off. So now once you got your reel off of your rod, like I said, ideally you have someone holding this, so all you're messing with is your reel and your line. You're going to take the line that's over your main line, and they're going to be crossed. This one's hitched on top. They're crossed, the loop, go away and around the reel, the entire reel the opposite way. And when you do this, that undoes that under wrap. And now you just reattach your rod and you are back fishing. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but we've done this multiple times out on the water, sometimes even mid-fish if we're able to get the fish to calm down and we can get it. But now we're fishing again. It could take the entirety of this line and not be hitched on itself. That was kind of hard to see, possibly. So we have, for demonstration purposes, I have another reel with rope on it, basically, so you could have a better visual on how to do that. That way we can get a better visual. But very important that when you do go out on a trip, you should always check. Make sure your line's coming off your reel all nice. All nice, no under wrap, no nothing. And if you see an under wrap, address it immediately. Either ask a crew member to help you with that little trick, or they might have their own little trick, but you need to address that before you get a fish on the hook. Can't emphasize that enough. I've seen so many big fish, important fish, wahoo, bluefin tuna, yellowfin tuna, just bam, hard to get a bite, get hooked up, peeling, boink, everything seizes up, bam, line breaks. You can't do that. All right, so here we are. Obviously, we're not fishing with this straight rope, but it's just to give you a better visual on what exactly is going on. So we're not just using microscopic spectra here. Rod's there. You're letting out your line. Cool. Going fast. Uh-oh. There's the under wrap. You see how it looks over your main line. You can kind of pull it out. It has more of a cinching variable than is accounted for. So we need to get that out. The first step you're going to do is make sure the back plate's off your reel. That way you can take off your reel from your rod. You're going to have someone holding onto this, or a rod holder, or whatever, depending on your setup. You're going to kind of get a little slack in your loops. Get this stable. Bam. So right here you see it's crossed up. What you gotta do is this is the main line, this is the loop that's hitched over it. You gotta go away from the main line, go away from the main line, and go all the way around the world, go around the reel. Now that should be solved. Let's pull, and it just falls right into place. So it's as easy as that. Now you're fishing fully effectively, and crisis averted. You are now able to pull on any fish of a lifetime, or just any big fish properly, the way your reel was designed to do it. If you guys have seen this before, leave a comment below. If you have a different way, I'd love to hear it. I'm always open to new things. Any other questions, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. But thanks for watching, and we'll show you something a little later down the line. Thanks for watching.